Good morning, good morning, good morning. Mabuhay, bitches. Go, 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 sister. Hello. Pobres, the poors. Yes, we are the pobre. I am in the pobre stages. I am so sorry. How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's doing well. I'm going to wait a second. I'm just adjusting everything over here. Then I can go with the flow, of course. Uh, Hopefully, everybody's getting ready for the weekend. Some are starting their weekend, which is a Friday afternoon. And I am in my Saturday morning, of course. Laura Lee, how are you? God bless everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while, but a lot of things have happened. So I like to readjust and I like to make sure that I fill my plate with what I need to fill it up with. Um, Hopefully everybody's doing good. Like I said, when it rains, it pours. I'll start small, then I'll end up being going big. Um, I needed to take the time off because there's a lot of stuff happening here. So again, let me first say I hope everybody's having the beginning of a great weekend. If you're in not in Asia, in the Asia area, and you guys are having a great Friday afternoon. A lot of you guys are settling down and getting ready to relax. And then, of course, if you're in Asia, good morning, good morning. Mabuhay bitches. You guys are in Asia, and you guys are experiencing a beautiful, hopefully sunny morning like I am. So, Flying Circus is in the house. I want to say, Flying Circus, excuse me, because I want to laugh. Flying Circus is fucking killing it with all the fucking videos. I can't get enough of those fucking things, even though they're short. Uh, it doesn't. They're just funny. Some of these things this guy comes up with, it's just fucking funny. So, Flying Circus, I hope you never get bored. I hope you pass the torch to somebody else that will continue to have fun with this because this is just funny. These things are just funny. So, Shelly Lynn, how are you? Rora Lee, hello. Of course, Go Go Bobo sister. Well, let me first start by saying that I don't know if you guys remember a gentleman that when I was here in 2023, um, he's very good friends with Maria and Maria's family. His name is Mano. We became very good friends, and he's at least what people, would consider what a friend is. A good guy. He's 100%. He's older. He was 62 or 63 at the time. Um, Very nice guy. Very nice guy. Hard worker. Still helped and worked with the barangay. Locally, he was known as the guy that nobody really wanted to talk to because he was always very honest, very frank, very sincere, very forward with what he needed to say. People didn't like him because he didn't sugarcoat shit. That's mainly the only reason they didn't like him, from what I was, told, and from what I've experienced to see. But he died. He ended up having some medical issues, and he died. He went in. I sent him a message last week. Everybody went to see him. Maria was in the city. Everybody went to see him. Family went to see him. I was over here, and I sent him a message, and he's like, "I can't wait to get better. I'm going to invite Nico over." I talked. Maria talked to his wife a couple of days ago, which they do keep in touch. It's not like they, every 6 years. No, they keep in touch. And she's like, it really meant a lot to him that I sent him a message, and I told him, well, when you get better, we'll just, I'll head out there. Trust me when I tell you, this is 100% unexpected. They didn't expect him. Not they didn't expect him to not survive. They expected him to fully recover. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because and again, this is just my opinion. There is no evidence about it, but you guys are going to know from me saying this what I'm talking about. And does it happen here in the Philippines? Yes, it does. But I'm not going to say, I'm going to tell you that this is what I feel happened. And that's it. I'll leave it at that. He had passed away. He was doing pretty good at the hospital he was in. They transferred him. They transferred him to a more economical, per se, hospital here. They call it the Barato Hospital because it wasn't private; it was regular hospital. And that afternoon, he died. So he had passed away. Um, so do I think it? Do I 100% believe that the treatment that he got in one hospital isn't going to be the same treatment that they give you here? This is why I emphasize 1,000,000% for these foreigners coming out here, trying to blow out and try to sell you a fucking dream that is not, guys. Unless you're prepared to be here, I'm not saying just because of this incident or whatever, whatever happened to him. I can only tell you that he had complications and he was starting to recover, and then he transferred from one hospital. The family's like, let's transfer him over here. I'm pretty sure he was already there a good amount of time. It gets expensive for Filipino. Unfortunately, he had passed away, and I believe that's what happens to a lot of us, whether you're foreign or not. You are at a private hospital, you're in good care, and then you start complaining about, oh my, well, the money. But we'll get to that later. So he definitely will be missed. And Shelley, thank you. He was a very good man. He really was. I cannot say that about a lot of people because a lot of people are very fake, and I understand that. That's why when I say people say, "Do you think this guy's all right?" I think he's all right, like that. But I can fully say that this guy was beyond all right. He was a great guy. He was probably the best father that he could be. Still to this day, was out there. It's just a good guy. It couldn't have happened to it. Could to me. I don't wish it. I do. I'm not going to sit there and fucking be an angel. I would wish death on guys that deserve it and some women that deserve it. Now wishing it would mean I would like to wish it to them instead of the person that's getting it, because the person that's getting it doesn't deserve it. And then the people that do deserve it never get it. But that's neither here nor there. That's the only reason I would pass it. I would pass it. I wouldn't. That would be kind of wishing it. But you guys know what I mean. So then there was another death that we had to deal with. I didn't get to go to the funeral because I'm not good with funerals. I've never been good with funerals. I've never, ever been good. I am the one that I am like the magnet for emotions, and everybody comes to me, and I end up being a fucking wreck, because I don't know where to put all these I don't know. So then the other death was not as close, but it was close enough to her and her friends, and like the family. I was close to this one because I knew him, and it set me off. It set me off like, and you'll see what I'm leading to after when I tell you what happened. So 5 days ago as well, there was a cat that came here, and Maria gets really attached to her and the other lady that comes to visit. When Maria's gone, the other girl really gets attached to the cats around here. So 3 or 4 days ago, I say about 5 to be safe, there was a cat walked around here. Maria got the videos. Like, oh, he's black and white. He's real pretty looking. He's looking good. He looks kind of dirty. Let's see if I can wipe him down. See if I can clean him up a little. And I said, Maria, you shouldn't get too attached to these animals. These are strays. You got to be careful. You don't know what diseases they're carrying. That's why every time I touch a cat, I wash my hands and up to my elbows and fucking little squirt of alcohol and sanitizer, and that's it. I'm not going to judge the cats. I'm not going to do nothing. Um, but I will tell you one thing, man. The cat came the day after, and the cat didn't look so good. The cat looked kind of weak, a little bit, just kind of weak, and so he came yesterday morning, and Maria goes, he can't walk, Nico. And I said, Maria, I don't want to get involved in this. It's not that I don't want to. It's just, Maria, they're strays. They probably got run over. We can take them to the veterinarian, let them take care of them. Just drop them off. And she goes, you can't do that here, Nico. So what do you mean? Veterinarians are here. They're here to take care of cats. If it's not your cat and your duty was to save the cat, then their duty is to do their job, their oath, and take care of the cat. But she's like, I'd rather just leave the cat be and let nature take its course. And I said, okie dokie. So we left at around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning because we had a few appointments that we had to address to, and I had to pick up some chicken breast and broccoli, which again, that'll be another show. I picked up some really good broccoli. Unfortunately, I couldn't pick up any fresh broccoli because they were very small at like 300 pesos, and I got frozen, a pound and a half of freaking frozen broccoli for 195 pesos. Again, pound and a half. It was like I think they said it was like again, don't quote me on exact size. It's like 22, 24 ounces. It was, and again, it was good. So we went out and picked up some stuff. Came back, and Maria goes, "Look at the cats over there, Nico." And I said, "Well, then try to feed it." So she picked up a couple of 9 Lives little pouches of chicken or tuna. So she tried to feed the cat, and the cat, unfortunately, didn't want to eat. So I said, Maria, I went over I finally went over and looked at the cat. And I said, Maria, just get a little box ready. The cat's going to die. She goes, no, no, no. So she starts getting all emotional. And I said, this is why I don't like to get I don't like to get too attached to animals and stuff, especially the ones that are not mine. I mean, if they're mine, it's a different story, but try to make them as comfortable as you can, you know? So she went out and we got them the dog cat food, you know, we got them water. And all the animals that were here, all the other cats are here. Even Leon, the orange cat that you guys see in my videos, even he walked by the cat, didn't argue, didn't fight, didn't score, nothing. Okay. So I turned around and I sat down and I said, Maria, if anything I can help you out with, you let me know. I just don't want to get too involved in this because you're already an emotional wreck. So uh, it was like 6 o'clock, and she went outside, and the cat went from the back. If you guys have seen where I live, there's a back door and there's a front door, pretty much close to each other, but a pretty, decent distance. And she opened the front door, and the cat passed away. She goes, I don't think he's breathing. And I said, let me go get you other stuff. So she goes, no, I'll take care of it. And she goes, I don't want him to die like that. So the cat died. So she's all an emotional wreck. And then she called a friend of hers that has two older children, not older, like as in 20s, I think 15, between 15 and 18 years old. And she gave him a couple hundred pesos. She goes, Ken, we don't have no place here to bury him. So the lady was nice enough, sent her kids with with the scooter, and they picked them up. Maria wrapped them up in a little cloth and wrapped them up in plastic, and then put them in a little box. It's not. I'm not saying this in that way, but it's funny how we just had the perfect box that fit him perfectly the way he had passed away. Uh, so she gave him the box, and they're like, uh we'll take care of it. But I guess later on they text her, and the mother wanted to see what was wrong with the cat, at least take a look at what she said. The cat looked poisoned, and I said, what a surprise. Around here, everybody uh lets all the breedings happen, and then they take it out on the fucking animal, pretty much is what they do. uh, so yeah, so he died. So um and again, my whole past 2 weeks that I haven't even uploaded nothing has been full of nothing but a lot of people dying, a lot of things happening. So now everything has gotten better, and I learned something here in the Philippines while I was, just sitting back and just watching everything. I'm gonna tell you, I've been watching a lot of this stuff. I sit down and I'll sit under a tree, like I've been sitting under this little river near where I live, and I've just been watching, just thinking. I was like, wow, we have so many uh, moments that we should take advantage of. And this is not just about the cat dying or the other two people dying, just everything in general. And I will tell you one thing that I learned. One thing that I learned is that time waits for nobody. Now, of course, that sounds like oh yeah, everybody knows that, Nico. Yeah, but uh, I sat back and I was watching YouTube, and I'm going to tell you something, man. Um, Everybody always finds the lifeline that they need on fucking social media. And what I mean by that is, if you don't find one channel to fuck with, you'll find another channel to fuck with. Or if you don't find one channel interesting that you can feel like you belong in it, okay, you'll find another one. And what I mean by that is, a lot of you guys that were on all these shows, I was watching and I was like, oh my God, look at all these people fucking. Now they're all fucking angels. They were all on all these other fucking shows just being so fucking toxic. And again, that's good. I think that's a good thing because they leave certain good channels alone. But the thing is, they look like so fucking innocent. You know what I mean? And I sat back and I was like, wow. I'm going to tell you something that Popeye told me many, many, many moons ago. And I mean in the beginning, because Popeye's real reason to talk to me was he was curious to find out why everybody was fucking with me. He's like, what did this guy do to these people? What could I have done to really fucking irritate people that bad? I'm like, I'm new to the fucking area, it's like new to the neighborhood. And Popeye said, I'm going to tell you something, man. You got to be careful with this genre or any of the genres, whether it's Asia, whether it's South America, whether whatever fucking genre you're in. He goes, from experience, what I've learned is people attach themselves to everything they can, but they always say to themselves, I'm never really on YouTube. I don't really socialize with any. He goes, they're all a fucking crock of shit. And then I told him, Popeye, most of these people are fucking more connected to each other than we will ever admit. I'll admit it. I can't prove it, but I can tell you there's no way that none of these fucking lifelines, these guys know all this information about people and they're not fucking connected. And they're all connected some way, somehow, privately. The thing is that they start to blend reality with fucking non-reality shit like YouTube, like fucking entertainment's entertainment. When you take the entertainment to a totally different fucking level, you start getting into the mental health fucking issue of the whole fucking thing. Good morning, Tim. How are you? You just have fun in your own. I'm going to tell you, Maria, that is the thing that a lot of the things that I was doing because a lot of people encouraged me to do it. And I like that, thank you. But the thing is that I kept telling people, you should really love what you're doing. But then somewhere down the line, I stopped not loving it. I loved it, but I didn't do it mainly for me. I did it mainly for others because it was what they wanted. But I didn't know how to mesh it together. Then when Mano died, his name was Mano, Mano. It really impacted because he always told me, Nico, I don't understand how you do things and what you're doing because I don't speak that good of English, but I like watching your videos. He goes, it's not everybody's. He goes, not everybody like the way he talked, but I like it. And what you do impacts people either in the positive way or it triggers somebody to do something or say something about you. And those are the ones you keep far away. And the ones that I was watching this past week in everybody else's show, I'm going to keep my distance even further. I got nothing against anybody. I got nothing personally. I have no animosity. It's just the same fucking energy people give me is the same one I'm going to give back. But I'm not going to drain my fucking energy pool just to prove a fucking point. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they get vindictive. One of the guys that I talked to offline, he was very irritated. He's like, fuck that. Look at how much they fuck. They're so fucking fake. The thing is that a lot of these guys on here are fake. I was watching somebody talking about another blogger, right? See, the thing is, a lot of these guys that come into this genre saying how much money they have, how much they don't need anybody, and then they start doing videos, becoming fucking experts of shit, and then you see all these other little bandwagon jump-alongs. It's like a caboose. And then they're all attaching themselves to the new guy, you know? Look, and again, I'm going to be honest with you. I enjoyed, has anyone had their regular bank? No, no, I haven't. Uh, I hope you didn't get affected by any of this shit, Tim. I heard the little bits and pieces online. Um, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to keep telling people if it's social media, something that you like, do it. And do it, enjoy it. Guys, be careful who you have on your shit. Be careful. Don't ever, when you talk about shit, just remember there's always going to be accountability to shit. People will always come back and use guys, we're in a world now, we're in a society now that everybody is your friend. I might have done it in the beginning because I didn't understand how everything works. So I will be held accountable. So I can never say I will never. From where I realized on, I would never share anybody's information. I talk to people offline right now and I've asked to meet them. And if they say no, that's fine. I'd like to meet people that I keep in contact with. And I would never, ever, ever go back and share fucking personal information that we talked about family or anything. People trust you enough to do that. But this is just sickening. It really is. You know what I mean? It really is gotten to the point where everybody's just shafting everybody. And you know what? It's because a lot of these people allow it. I've been having a great time. I mean, do I want to continue to post? Of course I do. I do love what I do. I do it for me. You know what I mean? I do it for me. But I've had a lot of people reach out to me. They're like, yo, is something happened? And then when I talk to them, like, oh, shit, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Because there's a lot of other things happening that I don't talk about. And I'm the guy that everything falls on. I'm the guy that I'm getting older, guys. I'm not getting younger, and there's a lot of things that I love to handle, and I don't handle them in the best way. So a lot of the things come back to haunt me later on. Not so bad. It's just I wish I could have just done it right the first time when I should have just done it right the first time. And again, these are not my things that I'm fixing. These are other things that I'm fixing for others, especially family members. So uh, I had to step away. I had to step away for a while because let me tell you, man, this will drag you down. If you're not careful, this social media shit, you end up becoming a part of something that you never even planned on becoming. And that's why I said when it rains, it pours. I truly, and the title says it, I truly just go with the flow. I don't ever let anything get under my skin. I don't bother with things. People find ways that, it just every possible way to try to get on the guys, just go with the flow. If it's for you, I've said it before, if this is for you, Philippines is for you, then awesome. But I'm tired of fucking people sugarcoating how everything's so beautiful and great here. It only works for those, okay, that know how to line things up. And it doesn't work for everybody. What makes me laugh is all these guys that came in here, now all of a sudden their content's always talking about the expertise of every guys, it's all out there, man. If you want to come to the Philippines and you want to get homework done on things, follow legitimate people that are knowing what just because one guy has a budget of 2,000 doesn't mean you can't do it in 1,000. It doesn't mean you can't do it in 12, 13, 14, 50 on a spectrum between the 1 and the 2,000s. If you want to live a 3,000, you don't need to live like that. Get the right kind of homework done, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the shit done because I'm telling you, uh, a lot of these guys are just picking up where other bloggers left off. I'll give you an example. Ricky's sitting back. He still does his thing, but Ricky's sitting back. He's like, this is what I do, and that's it. Then you got other vloggers fucking jumping on, and this is what happens. You're gonna be accountable for things. People are gonna remember you for the good or the bad, whatever. And I don't follow. I don't follow. I hear it. Uh, but if that's what he wants to do, then just then that's what they do. They go to the next one. Well, he's not as interesting anymore. So we need to, we can't leech off of it anymore. This is, most of these guys, their most excitement are watching everybody else's demise. You know what I mean? And is there something bad about that? No, man. You pick and choose your fucking your venom, your poison. Pick your poison. But me, I will never. I can't. I got to go to a funeral this coming week, and I got to tell you, man, I got more things important, and I hope a lot of you also do. Because let me tell you, this animal here called Philippines is not for everybody. If you're not careful, it will fucking swallow you dry. Don't be living poor in a third world country. And I'm going to tell you, Circus, I totally agree with that. If most of these guys come in here with some saved money, and the reason I know this is because I'm not here permanently. You see, I'm here enjoying myself for what amount of money that I put away. And I still take care of my home. I still take care of my bills. I still take care of my maintenance of my home and my cars and my family. I got my kids staying there. My mother's there. I mean, I still balance both perfectly fine. Now, my time will end here and I will move on and I will wait a couple years and move on to somewhere else. But some of these guys that come here, and I'm telling you, I saw a video of a guy bringing over a Connex, a trailer, a metal trailer from, I think it was Texas or something, or California, sold his whole shit just to come over here and buy and build like a fort. And I'm not even exaggerating, guys. It's at least 10 plus. $10+ million fucking for what, man? Now, I'm not saying he can. I'm just saying you just worked your whole fucking life away, knowing you just don't need that much shit to live and relax and be good here. and then you'll see them in 6 months to a year. Maybe if their budget stays good enough in their minds instead of their cocks, they'll be like, okay, instead of throwing that fucking money to the Wasawa because she doesn't give a fuck because she's buying everybody in her family everything, and everybody says that doesn't really happen as much. That happens more than people will fucking talk about. It's just a lot of these cucks are so ashamed to be honest to themselves and say, I got fucking shafted. Look at the guy over here in I think he's I don't know if he's American or he's English, and he says I lost fucking 3.4 million pesos because he invested in a business. He thought it was the right guys. There's no American business gonna make it. It's a really low percentage of American business owned here. Unless it's owned by you and your wife owns 99.9% of it and she runs it and you're just a fucking sponsor from the outside. It's a rarity that a fucking foreign company here fucking makes it. Now, is it happen? Yeah, like I said, rarity to me means if you can show me 50% of the population here, American or a foreigner that has 50%, that to me is making it. But if you're like 90% fail, that's not making it. That's just you're hanging on for fucking dear life. You know what I mean? Um, that is the thing, Tim. A lot of people, especially talk about Filipinos, but the Americans, the foreigners, are the same way. They always need to see who pisses further than the next guy. Guys, listen, I don't even give a fuck if you think I'm poor or rich. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm skinny or fat. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm good looking or ugly. I just don't give a fuck. I'm not here to tell you guys anything except for the truth. Guys, there's a few incidents here that, of course, what is it? Oceanout, a guy that does, the scientist here, the doctor, he got killed. Okay. Then another guy got killed. Okay. A couple of foreigners got killed. Philippines is not as unsafe as anywhere else. You just got to don't be complacent. Now, the doctor didn't deserve to die. That was a total setup by totally inside job. My point is, you guys can still come out here and enjoy yourself. But a lot of these people put themselves in a situation. The ones that are always giving you advice are always the ones getting the shit kicked out of them. Or they're safely in their own home and tell you how to live from the safety of their freaking condo. Guys, it's fun here. It's great here. I saw a video just this morning. I got a notification that that somebody did a video. I went in there and this guy's talking, saying, if you're older and you're 65 plus and you got money and you can sell your stuff and you can make it to the Philippines, why aren't you here? Well, you don't understand how much. See what I'm saying? That's what they tell you. You got to be 60, 65 or plus. More, you got money. Come over here. You can get laid and then you get fucking shafted by all the fucking Filipinas because you picked the wrong ones. And then you're going to blame the country. You're going to blame the prostitutes or the lady boys that you were, having service you. And then everybody else's fault but your own. That's what happens. Always have situation where it's 100%. The thing is, Tim, scamming. It's on an all-time high. People have they're like the weather. The weather adapts, and you adapt to the weather. It's adaptation, if that's even a word. But all I can say is people adapt. If the word adaptation is really a word, they're adapting and they're scamming you. Maybe it takes them 6 months to scam you. Maybe it'll take them a year. Maybe that woman's gonna give you a pussy for fucking 6 months to a year and waiting for the right time to fucking shaft you. Maybe you don't know because most of these guys don't put in the time. Some of these guys are getting shafted 10 years into a fucking relationship because she's been sucking him dry from the moment and he didn't even know it. You see what I'm saying? And again, it's okay. It's not my problem. It's not okay for me to say it's okay. I'm just saying it's okay if you got fucked. Just realize it and fucking collect yourself and realize that this country is not for everybody. Thailand's not for everybody. Bangkok, Thailand, Vietnam, and I meant to say Cambodia, not Bangkok twice. Japan. It's not for everybody, man. You got to find what works mainly on the higher levels for you. It may work more for Tim than it does for me. I can tell you that it works more for Tim than it does for me. That's why I'm not going to be here forever. Now, will I come back again for another year? Yeah, most likely. You know, will I pick a different area? Yeah, I'll pick a different area than where I'm at now. But I'm saying some of these guys will never fucking admit it. You know, they're rotten away, and they're like pretty much, how do you say, they're sucking, like they're drying like a fucking grape, and they're still sitting there going, yeah, you know, it's because of guys like us. We know we keep everybody aware. No, man, no. You first got to the fucking Philippines and said how beautiful it was, and you're gonna stay away from all the bullshit, and then they got bored. What happened was then they ended up getting into the Red Horse, ended up getting into San Miguel, ended up falling for pussy, telling you how much pussy they have more than Ricky did, and how much this other guy did, and how much Circus didn't get as much pussy. That's what happens. You see, somebody's got to have a bigger dick and piss longer than the other guy. Jim, what's going on? The hilarious thing is so many extras are so worried about the other guy. You know, and that's the thing, Circus. I don't give a fuck who you're fucking. Why should you give a fuck who I'm fucking? Now, if I do share and say, you know, I'm getting pussy hand over fist, you don't see me saying, yeah, you know, I shafted her so hard that I know she's going to. That's the problem. Somebody's got to be more pissing more or a bigger dick size. And the funny part is, the Filipina really don't give a fuck about the piss and the dick size and how far you piss. And she cares about how much she's getting from you that week. All right. Trust me. And everybody that can tell me, well, Nico, you're generalizing. Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty much going to say I'm generalizing because it's a higher percentage. You know, these women are going to cling on to you. And people say, are you any different? Guys, I put my fucking hard work in. Me and Maria, we're going to be the best of friends. And if I ever change the way I feel about her, it's because she's worth it. Does it come with any freaking, any collateral damage? Of course, man. Of course it does. But is my collateral damage minimized? Yes. You know why, guys? Because I put the fucking right kind of effort into a really good foundation of friendship. If I ever felt that she was going to fucking shaft me in any way, I would have asked her to leave a long time ago. She doesn't live off my fucking peso. She only lives off the peso that I provide when I invite her. When I don't invite her, she goes to the city and I invite somebody else. It's my way of, you know, how do you say, doing things here. And whether I'm here in the city or province, it doesn't matter. Does it work for me? Of course it does. Does it work for her? Of course it does. But I can tell you that most of the finances that she gets on her own. Am I responsible for maybe 10 or 15%? Yeah. Yeah. Because I play a role in that 15%. You see? Whether it's 10, whether it's load, she paid all her bills and she doesn't have enough load. Hey, here you go. I need to keep in contact with you, so it's going to benefit me as much as it's going to help her. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to minimize it. But some of these guys, dude, I'm telling you, they get into this pussy range and they're like, oh, yeah, you know, that 300 square meters for 14. Listen to this. Some of these women are trying to convince fucking foreigners that a fucking piece of property of 300 square meters is worth 3 or 8 million fucking pesos. I'm like, did somebody fucking slap you with a stupid stick? But again, this is not me complaining about the country just here. It happens everywhere. That's why I said I took a step back, took a few steps back, to be honest with you. Hold on, John's in the house. What's up, Nico? What's going on, John's? And again, say hi to each other. Please, you know, interact with each other. And the biggest thing is I am opening my eyes. I'm not here to tell you don't do this. Guys, listen, it's your fucking money. You want to give it away to the Filipino guys, then do it. The thing is that I hear nothing but abundance. I mean, the high 90s, man, of guys saying, you know, it'll never happen to me. Guys, it happens to everybody one time or another. Now, how you get hit, we don't know. It's happened to me in the beginning in 2017 when I was here. It happens to everybody, okay? When you learn from it and adapt and say it can't happen again, do it. But you gotta be consistent because one thing that doesn't change here is the way the Filipino will make their dollar. They could either be at the cost of you or a cost of themselves. It could be the cost of a friendship to them, and then 2 months later they're friends again. Guys, they'll become friends with each other by the end of the fucking week. They will hold animosity towards a foreigner forever. Right? So don't let them tell you or anybody ever tell you, I forgive you. No, the fuck they don't. They don't forgive and they don't forget. Okay? So come out here, enjoy yourself, just have a great time. Guys, I'm going to miss my friends that I have lost here. I have lost two friends here. Will forever miss Ed. I miss Ed. I loved him to death. He was such a good man. What we don't know about people outside of social media, you're never going to understand it because most of these relationships here are built on only on social media. Nobody meets anybody. Nobody talks to anybody. Nobody shares moments with people. Nobody breaks bread with people. Guys, I will forever miss the friends that I have made. Like, seriously. But at the end of the day, I have to move on from things and accept things for what it is. And then say to myself, it's time for me to go home. This place is not for me. Now, is it fun? Of course it's fun. Is it great? It's great. Shit, yeah, it's great. But we got to admit to ourselves when we got to stop trashing country. Local guys hit him after 20, screwed, got a young guy. This is what happens, Circus. A lot of these guys, these foreigners, they come here. Since you did hit that, I like that. They come here. They're in pretty good spirit. Okay. Then they realize that they don't speak the language. So most of the time, they sit in the corner while everybody's having fun. Then they go by, kiss the girl. The woman will go over there, give her food, give her food. If she's any kind of good woman, she'll make sure you're fucking fed and drinking. All right. Then they go by a year, 6 months a year. Then they realize, wow, this is what my life is going to be like. Then she starts to convince you that it's better to just buy than it is to rent. So that would be the beneficial thing. If you have built something with her, let's just say 5 years with her, a little property, say 100 square meters, you get a little house going, probably run you like 2 million pesos with the property and everything together. If you're fucking smart, you don't get conned and the family. I know a barangay boy that's going to help me knowing she's sucking his dick. It happens, dude. The thing is that a lot of these guys, man, they start to rot away instead of just loving themselves enough and say, this is not for me. This is not what I signed up for. They still fall in love with pussy because they'll say, oh, I'm not going to be able to get this shit in the US. A lot of these guys suffer from a lot of mental health issues, man. Whether it's they don't love themselves enough, they didn't care enough about themselves, they have enough money to throw away, they don't care if they're fucking getting scammed. Bro, it could be anything, man. But one thing that I don't see is self-preservation. They are so involved in saving the Filipina from whatever they think she needs to be saved from. Because I will tell you one thing that I learned here. Maria will be okay because she was okay when I met her. And when I leave, I will keep in touch with her and I will come back again eventually in a few more years. But Maria was doing good before I got here. Maria will do good when I'm gone. The other two ladies are doing good and they're still working and making their money and they're doing good in their jobs. They're going to be doing perfectly fine by the time I come back. It doesn't change. You're not here to be a fucking life preserver for fucking nobody. Now, listen, I don't condemn and I'm not judging anybody that wants to fucking be happy. Guy, if you're 75 and you want to fuck a 25-year-old and you think that's fucking like such great thing for you, go for it. But it's going to come with a fucking price. There's no way that a person on YouTube, now he doesn't have to, but you're putting it out there. You're showing all this shit out there in social media. You're not going to sit there and tell me that a fucking 15, excuse me, and I'll take that back, not 15, because I always think young, because some of these guys are going for them really young. 25-year-old can offer you something at 70. What the fuck can she offer you besides pussy and taking care of you. Now, listen, if you want somebody to take care of you, that's your business. If that's what you want fucking eye candy, then go for it. But don't be putting your shit out there and then expecting people to say, it's love. No, the fuck it isn't. Yeah, you love the fact that you're getting young pussy. You love the fact that she's making you sure that you have your num nums and you're not gonna fucking die of dehydration or something. And everywhere you walk, she's dressing like she just got off a mango or fucking Puente Circle or fucking a strip joint. If that's what you call happiness, and that's fine. You know what I mean? That's fine. If that's what your happiness is. But don't try to pass that shit on anybody else. And you know what? That is a good point. Many do lose their jobs. Always remember the Philippine people lived see, Tim, that's the thing that these guys forget. And I'm being totally upfront, guys. You guys are not here to save anybody, man. You're not here to save anybody. You are giving them just extra time to put their money away, your little money away that you don't know about. And let me tell you, is it happening to me now? It could be. Do I think it is? No. I trust her. But it's hard to build that trust. Listen, and I'm not gonna, Tim, you don't have to answer this, Circus, you don't have to answer this. You guys know that the foundation that you build with somebody that you're with, you know how far you could, it's like a stone. When you're at a river, you don't know how far you can skip that stone, but you know how far you're willing to skip it. So let's just say, and you guys would be like, well, if you don't know how to, because you're hoping that you're good enough to throw it and skip it at least 6 times. So I know how far I can trust Maria. I know how far I can trust the other woman that comes once a month for like a couple, 4 or 5 days. I know how far. So I trust her to as far as I know how. Do I have any mistrust with her? I don't trust anybody until they get trust is earned. It's not given because she sucks my dick really good. And I'm not talking about Maria. I'm talking about a woman in general. Because Maria doesn't suck dick. I wish she would, but she don't. And I'm not trying to throw her shit out there. But that's the godforsaken truth. I wish she did, but she don't. The other one does. Maybe that's why I don't get married and I'm, balancing one that is good in one and one isn't good in the other. But okay, let me digress. My point is that I know how far I can trust her, but at the end of the day, if Tim's like, hey, Nico, how many people do you really trust in the Philippines? I say 2, me and her. That's it. Well, and her son, 3. I trust her son. Like I said, it's earned. Now, do I trust her with things that no, I know how far I can. If Tim says, how far do you trust her? Or Circus, like, hey, Nico, I haven't had any issues so far, Circus. And Tim, I trust her as far as I can, whatever responsibility I give her. See what I'm saying? I'll let her know up to where I can trust her. She doesn't egg it on. She doesn't push the envelope. She doesn't, nothing. She doesn't pass it. She doesn't say, I can do that. No. She knows her place and I know mine. She knows her limits and I know mine. You see my point? But a lot of these guys, they throw all this stuff at these women because they're like, well, I'm paying, so you got to do what I'm. Oh, man, no. This is why a lot of these guys, they're running to shit, guys. I'm telling you. They're not going to tell you. But they're running to shit because they built a bridge made of matches. And one day the sun's going to shine bright. It's going to burn that fucking bridge. And then you know who they're going to blame? The Filipina. Or the Filipinos family, or the barangay, or never their poor choices. It's always, now, I'm not saying that it's getting scammed right now, but you signed up for it. And how did you sign up for it? Why, number one, did you do your homework before you got here? Because if you did, then even when I was in Colombia, people were trying to scam me. When I'm in the US, excuse me, people are trying to scam me. Did you do your homework? So pretty much you're up shit's creek without a fucking paddle. You put yourself in that fucking creek without a paddle. So you can't blame anybody. And you guys, listen, it's okay to fuck up, man. It's okay. Stop fucking listening to these fucking little fucking background fucking keyboard motherfuckers out here, man. Guys, it's okay to fuck up. Guys, we do it all the time, man. When did we become fucking less of men and not say, hey, I fucked up, man? I fucked up. Did I get fucked up? Yeah, I got fucked up many times, but not like that. I only got fucked up with money one time. And it was because of a poor choice, not because somebody took it from me. You see, nothing's wrong with trusting or building a friendship with a Filipino. Nothing. Or Filipino, but always be mindful. Yeah, you always just got to be paying attention to shit. Guys, I understand that a lot of you guys come here to retire. Guys, your way of being doesn't end because you're in a fucking country. I saw this guy yesterday. He did a video on Instagram. He's saying to everybody how beautiful Cebu is. Cebu is the best. It is the best of the best and the best and the best and the best. Why are you cucks not here? And I just put a comment. We'll agree to disagree. And then I put Cebu the best, and I put a laughing face. Now, am I going to get heat for that? Probably. Who the fuck is this guy? Why'd you put your comment? I mean, like, why'd you put it out there? It's open for fucking criticism, good or bad. I wasn't criticizing him. Cebu isn't the fucking best place. It's a nice place to hang out for a little while. But all these people saying IT and this is where I live, and yeah. You went from one city that you couldn't make it. Most of these guys did not live in cities. This is what I'm trying to say. They didn't live in the center of Dallas. They didn't live in New York, like in the center. Let me go get a drink of water. Hold on, guys. They didn't live in Miami. You know what I mean? Like they lived comfortably. And then they're going to try to tell you, hey, Maria, can you do me a favor? Yeah. Can you throw me a bottle of water, please? Hurry the fuck up. Just do it. Stop thinking about it. If I die, that means there's no money. So give me a fucking water. That's it. That's all. And I'm going to wait at the top of the stairs. See, that's how you talk to women, man, like that, you know. Hey, hurry the fuck up. Throw me up some water. Because if I die, you don't know my ATM. Well, actually, you do know my ATM 6-digit thing. Yeah, 4-digit, 5, 6. I know, that's one of the fucking digits. No. Yeah, listen. You can only tell me to shut up inside the house. Outside the house, remember, I'm the fucking man. Shut up. Throw it up there, girl. You don't want to throw it? No, it's not good. No, that's okay. See, she's like me. I said, you can throw it up. She's like, no, it's not good to throw. Thank you. I should be done shortly, and then we'll go pick up Pick up that what? I don't know. What were we supposed to be? Oh, Leon. My cat Leon's here. We were supposed. Hey, weren't we supposed to do a DIY or something? Hi. He's looking for you. Look at guys. You think I'm joking? Look. Hi. Hi, buddy. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. I'm coming. Hi. He's looking to you. Hi. I know. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Look at Maria. She's like, what? Hi. Fuck you too, motherfucker. I know. Go downstairs. Let's go. Let's go. Come here. Let's go. He's waiting on you. You drama. There you go. I gotta leave him downstairs. That cat. I'm always nice. That's just me. You know, it does. It depending on the person. And see, that's the thing, and we see all the red flags, Tim. We truly do see the red flags. Guys, listen, I'm not here judging anybody. I'm just hoping that this reaches somebody that says, you know, I didn't realize it that way. Because, guys, one of the biggest things is that I noticed here is there's a lot of teachers, but they forgot they were students. And we're still students in a different country. Guys, we're just part of where we live and what we do. We don't own, we are just part of it. We're adding to their growth, and that's it. Let me take a drink of water before I choke again. Okay. So that is why I sat back and I was watching. And trust me, when this gentleman died, and before he died, like I said, we had conversations. It was something sudden, man. This could happen to me. This could happen to any of us, you know. I don't want to be fucking left behind. Oh, and that's the other one. There was a third one. I apologize. I don't know if I think I've spoken this in the beginning. I was going to go to Puerto Rico and meet this gentleman, but I was going to do it after here. It was a guy I haven't known for over 50 years, but he's been running this business near my aunt's house over 50 years. Before she actually built the house, they actually helped her get the property across the street from the restaurant that he's owned for 50 years. So her and her husband bought this property, bought a 3 bedroom, really nice house, and not bought, built the home and everything. And he died. He died 4 days ago. Same thing, like I said, 3 or 4 days ago. They just did his burial today. They had it on Facebook and everything. And I never got to see him again. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. My energy is gonna be so focused on just being me and spending more time. Like I talked to my granddaughter yesterday, talked to my daughter. She's doing a lot better. She's back to exercising after the babies and stuff. And I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that I'm more focused on than worrying about what anybody thinks of me or what anybody thinks of this genre, that genre. I am gonna do me and just that's it, man. And if anybody just doesn't like it, that's fine. Just save it for channels that in comment. I mean, you guys are welcome. I am talking about things. You guys are going to come. You guys are welcome. It's a God-given right to come in and leave a comment, negative, positive, constructive, non-constructive, whatever. I don't bother with it anymore. What is great for me might not be. And that is exactly what I told Maria last night. Tim, what works for you may not work for somebody else. What works for me may not work for that guy. And I'm going to emphasize this a lot because people don't realize how minutely or how aggressively mental health can fuck with you. Guys, there was a guy I saw, and again, you guys, and I'm not saying you guys don't. I'm just using this as just a figure of speech. This guy said he was in Cebu for 21 days. He says I didn't even make 30, and I left because of my mental health. You see what I'm saying? And he in 21 days he went to Manila, he went to Baguio, he went to he said he went to Cagayan de Oro, he went to Mindanao. He said he was all over the place in 21 days. Right? This is he said he's been coming here for over 10 years. But he says I can't come to the Philippines anymore. So where is he now? Japan. He says I'll try it out for a little while. Mental health affects everybody, and this is serious. Like I never fuck with mental health, guys, because what happens is that when you see the red fucking flags, we're blinded. We're like that fucking horse with the blinds on, and it's Maria's fault, it's Circus's fault, it's Tim's fault, it's John's fault, it's everybody else's fault but Nico's fault. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, dude, guys, you gotta say to yourself, when do you draw the fucking line? I could never, man. I could never. Maria, keep one frozen just in case. Just don't tell him. Like, listen, she'll fucking listen to you, and then when next video you'll see is like she'll say, "Hey, hey, 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 mabuhay bitches, Nico's dead. Nico patay." I follow Circus. Circus and be like, "I didn't tell you to do shit. What are you talking about?" Hmm. There you go. That water's good. So I hope that some of this, like I said, some of these deaths that has happened in the past week can let you know that life catches up with everybody. You got to ask yourself what's important. Who do you want to spend it with? How do you want to spend it? Many people just don't have plans for life. To have a good life in person needs to be, Tim. God, I love it when you because you're very articulate. You're very direct in what you say, and I agree. I learned that, like you said, what works for one doesn't work for the other. And guys, if I have given out the impression, and I want you guys to listen to this very closely, because you guys at least give a shit, For those that don't, this doesn't pertain to you. Okay? Tim, I've learned that if you have a comment on any genre, people think that you're invested in it. And I'm glad you said that because what happens here, from what I can tell, okay, is people are coming here to pretty much die away. Okay. If that's what you want to do, guys, I'm not judging you. Just be careful. I hope your mindset sets different. I hope you find whatever's making you happy. What I'm saying is, and Tim, this is not against anything you're saying. I'm adding to what you're saying. It's just a lot of these guys need to be honest to people, and a lot of people that see it should not justify it, should not say, well, maybe I'm not seeing it. Guys, when you see something that's just ain't right, and people are trying to sell you a fucking Cadillac, but you wanted a Bentley, and he's trying to make it look like it's a fucking Bentley, but he's selling you a Cadillac. Guys, live you. If you're here to die or anywhere to die, God bless you. Be safe. I hope God, accepts you with open arms, and you find you wherever at peace you may be. I hope you don't. I hope that's not why you came here, but most of them they do, and it's not just the death part. Uh, Tim, a lot of them are just miserable at home. They just didn't know how to have a back, and I mean this respectively. They just didn't know how to have a backbone and set up boundaries. And then they go out of other countries. They know the money goes a long way, and they come in here and demand, and they're powerful, and they're overcompensating, and a lot of these guys are really not happy. But to us, they're not happy. To them, this is their happiness, making everybody else fucking miserable, living miserable, just throwing all the money away because they're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't stop. I'm not stopping anybody from doing it. Just guys, there's if those that really want to make the Philippines their home, or Asia or South America, just do your due diligence and do your homework. And if it works for Tim his way, listen to what people do and how they do it, and find your road, find your medium, and find what works for you. Because if there is something that will work for you. Let me go back to the comments to make sure. Let me see. I can't do it flying circus because whatever happened to him, I'm the one to get in front of me because neighborhood always see me here. Evidencia. Evidencia. I will die in the Philippines unless I die during international travel. She'll be doing wheelies on your bike. I will tell you, Tim, I hope you have 20 plus, 30 plus more years of good health. I don't ever want to ever hear that another person that I consider my friend friggin' die, but you're living good, Tim. You're taking care of your health. At least you're living a good life. Now, I'm not saying it because your life is good because I say it. It's because it reflects on what you're doing and how you're doing it. Let me see. A lot of people have no extended traveling. It's easier for them to move full time. And God bless. See, I'm 100%. And I'm going to throw a little bit on that one. I'm going to break your message up a little bit, there, John. A lot of the ones that do have immediate family have disowned them. They're like, I'm not. They're all grown. I don't need them anymore. They don't do nothing for me, and they forget that. And again, if it's a toxic family, I understand why you left. But a lot of people forget and try to rebuild where they were not strong enough or considered to even say, like, this is where I go back to that other thing, John, that it's okay to say I fucked up. It's okay that I say I messed up. It's okay to say I need help. But I guess guys, maybe the older, I'm a guy that don't ask for help. Not anymore. If I'm fucking something's happening, hey, circus, I wrote the circus the other day. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to be like, what are you, a fucking moron? Well, we were talking. He sent me a message. He gave a shit enough on it. And I'm not saying that people don't give a shit because they don't send me a message. He's like, hey, I'm just checking up on you, bro. And I was like, oh, all right, man, it's a nice message. And then I talked to him. And then he gave me a couple of, advice. And I said, that day, well, thank you for the feedback, man. That's nice. See, I didn't feel like, oh my God, I can't tell him because I'm a fucking man and I cannot have a bad fucking day. No, 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 no. And see, if they are smart, they will meet good people. And that is one of the hardest things, excuse me, in any country, John. These guys come over here, and women, but mainly guys. They come here and they get complacent. They think everybody's their friend. They think everybody's in for their best interest. I have a cousin that knows a cousin that is the barangay chief's best brother, and his brother has a brother-in-law that can take guys. They're all in. No matter what country you go to, the taxi driver knows the woman at the bar. The woman at the bar grew up with the barangay chief. The barangay chief is really good friends with the mayor. Then all these guys know the meat market guy. They know the guy that you buy the coffee from. They know the lady that you bought the fruits from. Guys, they're all, hey, guy, do you even ask for advice here? They're going to send you to everybody they know. Guys, it's everywhere. But the thing that you guys don't understand is that it is that simple to make good friends if you open your fucking eyes and see the red flags. Not all the people here that I have here, like, I consider the guy that rents me this townhouse, all right, a good guy. Do I trust him? Hell fuck no. It's all about business. But he talks to me like I'm his friend. He talks to me like we're homies and we've known each other since fucking I graduated high school. But I do not fucking bend. I say, well, how you doing? And I'm already looking for another place. I'm going to transfer out of here. Hopefully, if he doesn't give me a better deal, because I found places that have better options in here uh, for 5,000 pesos less. You see? So again, my point is there's business people and they stay business people. There are friends at a distance. There are friends that I let stay close. There are acquaintances that I keep further away, but they do the same to you. Not everybody, everywhere you go, is your friend, but not everybody is your enemy either. I hope the best for Tim and everyone here. I'm going to tell you, John, I do hope the best for everybody. I really do. As much as I'm all over the place, sometimes I need to centralize my conversations, and I may not ever learn it, but I'll try. I wish nothing but everybody and anybody that really wants to come to this country. It's a beautiful country. It's not for everybody. I hope and pray that you guys keep in contact with friends. Now we're going to take it to a different level. Uh, I will tell you, if you have friends, reach out to them, man. Real friends. Keep in touch with them, man. A lot of these guys here are dying alone. You know, uh, they are dying alone. Don't let them fool you, man. Listen, if they say that they died, it's and let me correct that. They're dying with their female companion. Most of these guys are not married. Most of these guys are telling you how many women they're fucking. Most of these guys that are like that, they die alone, and a lot of them are, and they're dying with empty pockets because a lot of these women are partners. They're not wives, uh, and the ones that are wives, guys, be careful the women you marry. You're not marrying, for the most part, you're marrying her, and your finances are yours and hers. Keep yours, hers, and the house, everything in one. You should always have three accounts. Yours, she should have hers, and you should have a joint. That way, all the bills go through there. Guys, be mindful. It doesn't matter what country you're in. You work so hard to come here and just throw it fuck all the way. And then if you want to die miserably like this, then that's fine. But I can't do it anymore. Like I'm not going to sit here and watch all these people try to tap me in the fucking back and direct you into a direction that they say this is the best direction you can go, just to feed the fire of all the toxicity that's happening. Now, guys, if I ever do anything or say anything that offends you, please feel free to leave me a message and say I didn't appreciate it. I heard your show and I didn't appreciate. That's fine, guys. Let's all find a forum that we can actually. And I hope this could be one. I'll be uploading a shitload of videos. My time of what do you call that when you take time for when someone dies. One of you guys is smart enough to think of that word. What's that thing that you call, that when you take the time that you need during the death, and of course, what's happening with the animals here, and Maria and their emotions. There's a word for that. Help me out, guys. You guys can come up with the word. Should we do wheelies? No, I'm sorry. I'm holding the other phone. It's the StreamYard, so it's a grieving. My time of grieving is done. Guys, I will grieve for every single one of my friends. If I ever find out that anything happened, guys, I even grieved for freaking Fazio. Guys, I mean, I know this is gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. Okay, I don't think anybody intentionally uh, puts himself in a medical situation where you got to be unconcerned. I think people should take better care of themselves. I think Fazio should have. I think Ed should have. I'm not saying Ed wasn't his time. I'm not saying it's not Fazio's time. I'm using them, and I hope respectively, I'm using them as an example. Guys, uh, take care of yourself. Really. When it's your time, I understand. But I grieve for him. I grieve for Ed. I grieve for people that deserved it. You know, maybe a lot of people were pieces of shit. You know, that's fine. That's fine. But were they better than they were worse? Yeah, of course. And you know what? Only the ones that are calling people pieces of shit are the ones that they had issues with. Doesn't make the person, just because one or two people say he's a piece of shit or I'm a piece of shit, that makes me a piece of shit. Well, maybe in the eyes of the person that thinks I'm a piece of shit, but it doesn't mean you got to take away from dignity from the person and say, he still contributed a lot to people. There's still a lot of people that consider him a good man and a good father or good whatever, whatever. I talked to him once or twice. I thought he was a good guy. I mean, do I think people's methods are very fucked up? Yeah, of course, but it doesn't change it. My methods are really pretty fucked up. I might have hurt people's feelings with the shit I say. Doesn't make me a shitty fucking person. Maybe on the eyes of the person receiving the shitty fucking things that I say, but those that really know me know that I'm not that big of a shitty fucking person. The bereavement period. Yes, the bereavement period. Um, so guys, take the time that you need. Even let's just say nothing happened in your life, but you need some time away from all of it. John, get ready. Tim, get ready. Circus, get ready. I'm gonna be popping freaking videos out there, doing more live shows now, because it just brought a lot more energy, a lot more life into me. Because you start watching from the shadows and seeing a lot of the negativity that's out there, and a lot of these guys play a fucking role in it. There's a new dog in town, I guess, from what I've been told on fucking an email. A new dog. Yeah, let me tell you something. A new dog with no new fucking tricks. No new tricks. They all follow the other dog's new tricks. All the tricks the other dog did, there's no new dog on fucking campus. It's just another washed up guy that needs fucking social media to fund his fucking excitement that he didn't need 6 months, a year ago, 2 years ago. And all of a sudden, his wallet's fucking getting dry. He's not telling the fucking truth. Instead of being honest and say, this is my life that I'm going to make and I want you guys all to play a role in it. No, but they didn't need you 2 years ago. Now they need you. They need your fucking views. They need your excitement. They need your what do you call that? They need your for you to go in there and play the role. Uh, I listen. I don't know. I mean, most of these guys are fucking mutts. And listen, and you can even consider me a fucking mutt if you want, because I have said many things before, but I've opened my fucking eyes to shit. If people really care about what you're doing and how you're doing it, they'll do it out of the kindness of their heart. I have never come into YouTube and said, I am going to make a life out of this. I came into it because I want to share what I think, do what I want to do, keep my experiences on, whatever I do, man. It's my way of fucking keeping a catalog. If people say, hey, Nico, I don't like the way your camera looks, and they say, hey, I want to dude, how can I help you get a camera? That's fine. But I won't sit here and say, I don't need your shit. I don't need none of you fucking people. I'm here and I'm the best and I got nothing but millions of pesos. And then 2 years later, it's like, well, what's going on, guy? And that's what they do on a day. Now, again, if this is what people want to do, that's fine. But remember, these are the same people that you're fucking egging on and encouraging and fucking following and like building a foundation of the same people that shafted you with lies before. And now all of a sudden they need your fucking red horse money. They need it because they don't want to spend their own. Because they're so far into pussy, they tell you, but they don't tell you how much they're spending on it and how much is coming out of their pocket and how much it deteriorates their income at the end of the fucking month. See, they don't tell you the whole fucking truth. But again, that's your money. Do what you want to do. That's why, listen, that's why I had somebody tell me in Kevin's show, oh, you got another guys. If they want to buy Kevin a whole fucking a factory of fucking of stuff and he uses it, that's their money. Like me, I will never ask. If people say, hey, if somebody criticizes Nico, didn't Biggie help? Biggie helped me with the fucking microphone. He said, hey, I didn't like the way your microphone sounds. I said, well, that's all. And I'm honest. I said, that's all I could afford. He says, hey, let me see what I can do to help you out. He helped me out. You see, and I still have look at this. I'll tell you, look at this. I still have the fucking microphone. Look, it's a fucking good microphone. I just don't use it right now because I'm here. Look, I can't open it with, because this has a little latch. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah. See, I got the microphone. I mean, I'm very grateful. If someone says, hey, anything, but I'll never come in here and say that I'll never need you guys. And no, man, I like when you guys come in and enjoy yourself. You guys can talk. We can talk about different things. But I think what's happening is we're getting into a repetitive motion. And sometimes even I talk about things that I have. And again, I have a good reason and again, whether you want to believe it or not, it's on you. I have everything doc. I have a TBI. So I tend to think that I haven't spoken about something. So I talk about things again. And that is it. If I repeat myself, guys, it is not my intentions to talk and be repetitive. It's just the way I am. And again, for those that follow me know how I am, and then I don't intentionally. But guys, feel free and say, "Hey, Nico, I think we had this conversation last week," and then I'll catch on. Trust me, I'll be like, "Oh, okay." Trust me, I don't get offended. But then the characters will come in and try to always ruin everybody's shows. Don't you get tired of talking about I didn't even know I was talking about the same thing. See, I'm that guy that really didn't know. You see, but I try to put it in the notes in my phone and says, "Hey, you talked about this last week." But sometimes, like I said, I'm all over the place in conversation, and I tend to forget. But I want you guys to always enjoy when you come in and have fun. So I hope you do enjoy I got yelled at yesterday by my mom, not yelled at literally. She's like, "Hey, why haven't you uploaded?" She says, "I've been dealing with some stuff." She goes, "Oh yeah, no, that's true." And Maria's like, "Hey, when are you going to start uploading? You got all this stuff on file. I see you working on videos. So you'll see a lot of videos being posted and a lot of new ones coming up. Take care. God bless. Have a good weekend. Thank you all for coming in. And again, hey, all the power to the people out there, all the new dogs in the neighborhood, all the ones that want to bark and no bite. And, they want to tell you how to go about and doing things. And they're all fucking wrecked to begin with. But hey, listen, if that's the enjoyment and that's what you like, go for it, man. Enjoy it. But me, I'm taking my shit in a different direction. Take good care. God bless. Catch you guys on the next upload. And God bless John, Gogo Bobo Sister, Tim, Circus, Maria, Shelly Lynn, what is it, Rory Lee. Thank you. Oh, Tim, I'm starting the gym on Monday. I need gym. I start the gym on Monday. I got some. I'll do, like I said, I'll be doing some videos on the food that I just acquired. I'm gonna do chicken breast and broccoli today. Steam my broccoli and I eat it with. I found some feta cheese. I eat broccoli with the feta. What is it? I've been doing really good. I've been doing really good health wise. No hypertension. No fucking high blood pressure. I'm doing really good. I want to see what I can do. I'm gonna get a trainer. This guy's like a 3-time bodybuilding champion here in the in the Philippines, the area. I come to find out I went to go see a doctor here, and the doctor suggested that if you need a trainer, didn't need one before, but I will be getting a trainer. I'm gonna see what he charges a month. I think he does 1 session a day. We got to be careful when you do sessions here, guys. When you get a trainer, you're only allowed 12. Sometimes people only 12 to 15 visits with this guy for the amount that you pay. I don't know how much people pay. I don't care. That's your business. But I want a guy that I can see every day. He's at the gym every day. At least give me a half hour every day. Make sure that I'm doing it and make sure I'm doing it right. If he doesn't do every day, the price will come and it will work a price out that he can be there every day until I learn, because there's a lot of things I am not, up to date on. So he's for the first month, he's going to teach me what I need to do and I'll follow it from there on. So my goal, Tim, is to grind, baby, grind, bro. So be safe. Take care, everybody. Peace.